Hey friends, today we're gonna make our build a snowman craft. Let me show you what we're gonna need. This project is a 2-day project. So on the first day, we're gonna make the snowy background. So all the stuff on the top will be for our snowman. I'm gonna take that off, I'll leave it clipped together and just set it aside. And then you'll just need your piece of paper here. You do wanna do this either on a tray or on a surface that you can wipe clean. In addition to your paper, you're also going to need some blue and white paint, something to mix your paints on, either a little bowl or I just have this little paper plate here. A paintbrush, unless your child would like to use their fingers to paint, which is fine. And then you'll also need some glue and some kind of salt. So Epsom salt works the best because it's the thickest, but if you don't have Epsom salt on hand, you can also use either kosher salt or just table salt. So the first step is we're going to put a little bit of white and a little bit of blue on our plate here. And then we're going to start painting. So the idea here is we're going to make a snowstorm on our page. So I'll do some white. I'm making some swirls because a lot of times in a snowstorm it gets windy and swirly. But if you wanted to do some dots for your snow, you can. So you can paint this in any way you'd like. We're going to try and fill up the whole page with our snowstorm. So I've got my page all painted here. It's covered with my swirls of white and blue paint. If you have a child who really loves to finger paint, one thing I'd recommend is having some wipes on hand before you set up. That way it'll be a quick cleanup right after. So if they've finger painted, go ahead and wash their hands at this point, or even if they've been painting with a brush, sometimes they might get a little bit on their hands. So you can get their hands washed, put the paint aside, and then we can go ahead and start on our next step, which is adding some glue. And this part is a lot of fun. Last week we talked about using dot, not a lot. Well, this time we just get to squeeze, which also has the benefits of strengthening their hands muscles. So you can let your child do this whole part and they can put on as much glue as they'd like or as much as you are comfortable with them using. It's nice to have this small bottle because it comes out a little bit slower, but even if you have a big bottle, that's okay. So they can just swirl it all around. Even if they want to make a big glob, that's fine. You can talk about just keeping the glue on the page. That's why it's good though to have a tray or something underneath it. Just in case it comes off the page, you can wipe it up. All right, I think that's about good for my glue. And then for this last part of making our snowy sky, we're just going to get some pinches of our salt and sprinkle it on top. This has a really similar effect to glitter. So you could actually use glitter if you wanted, but the Epsom salt is just a little less clingy. If you've ever used glitter before, you know how it just tends to hang around for weeks afterwards, and you find it all over things that had nothing to do with your glitter project. So if you are a big fan of glitter, go for it. If you're a little hesitant or don't have glitter, then this salt is a fun alternative. So we're gonna cover our picture in salt. Get it all over the glue. Once we've got a really good amount there, then we're just gonna sit and let it dry. And it may take 1 or 2 days to dry depending on how much glue your child used for this. So after it dries, I will come back and show you what's next. It has been a couple days now and my snow is all dry. So you can see it makes this really cool textured art background here. This would be a fun project even just to do on its own, but if you'd like, you can go ahead and tap off a little bit of the excess and then we'll use this as the background to build our snowman. So for that, you're going to need the rest of what was included with the paper clip. And we have 3 snowballs and a little piece for a scarf here, a pre-cut out hat, and then a piece of black paper that you can use to cut out some little circles or squares for some eyes, mouth, and some buttons. And then this for a carrot nose. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna put my snowman together. So while you're building your snowman, please feel free to let your child do whatever they'd like with these snowballs. They don't necessarily have to build a traditional looking snowman. If there's more of a deconstructed Picasso snowman, that's totally fine. The important thing is that they're having fun and they're creating their own art here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some glue on for my first snowball. And I'm gonna put the medium-sized one on. And then the small one is going to be the head for my snowman, like that. My snowman needs, let's see, my snowman's gonna have a hat, and I think it needs some eyes and a nose. I've added my snowman's hat and 2 eyes and 1 carrot nose. And I made some little rectangles for my buttons. I wonder what shape your buttons are gonna be. Are they gonna be squares or rectangles or circles or triangles? You could make them any shape you want. My last thing to do is gonna add the mouth. Is he gonna be happy today? Or is my snowman sad? Whenever you're doing activities like this, it's always a great time you can talk about emotions. Is it a happy snowman or is it a sad snowman? Look. Got a frown, that means he's sad. I think my snowman's gonna be happy because look at all this snow. That's it. There's my snowman. So I hope you have a lot of fun making your snowman. I can't wait to see what it looks like. See you next time, friends.